Switch, run them bands up.
Since I'm in Paris, building the life of my dreams, I'm traveling, I'm making consistent revenue, building a team of people around me.
5K retainers every single month. It's an actual sellable asset.
When I really started documenting my first few videos on this channel.
So I gotta be honest, I kind of fucked up.
Yo, what is good? So it's been a minute since I've caught up with you guys and really just posted any content on this channel. And so this is something that I really am gonna start picking up again. I've spent the past year really just growing and scaling the agency when I really started documenting my first few videos on this channel. I was really building up my info product agency from the ground up, scaling up my first few clients, and all of my attention went towards that. I also put a lot of my attention towards my primary channel where I just drop a lot of sauce on like the actual systems that I'm implementing for my clients and things of that nature. But I really like documenting the actual journey of actually building in my life as an actual entrepreneur, right? I finally got to the point where I'm like building the life of my dreams. I'm traveling, I'm making consistent revenue with my business, making a ton of profit, of course, building a team of people around me. And I feel like this is something that I would really like to document. I was actually looking back on some of my past few videos and it was super enjoyable to watch of just like the journey of me building, the challenges, the struggles, what I was doing in my day to day. And it kind of took me back into like that building phase. And we're scaling really aggressively right now. So I really just want to document that. And so I'm gonna plan to post one video per week on this channel. Just all of the behind the scenes, what I'm doing with my clients, the strategies I'm implementing, and just showing you guys all like, you know, the wins, the losses, and the lessons, as well as some like pretty casual and authentic lifestyle stuff as well, right? We're all about business and making money here, but we also like to live large and have a great life as well in that sense. So right now I'm in Paris, and yeah, let's get into a quick little apartment tour. This is actually the last week that I'm gonna be here. Next week I'm going to Portugal for a month. All right, so let's get into the apartment tour. So that's the front door when you walk in. Got the little bathroom right here. And then the little kitchen area. Nothing too crazy. But what I love about, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we got the straight shot to the Eiffel Tower. So Eiffel Tower view right there. Absolutely vibing. And yeah, this is the little work spot. So we got the little setup right here. And honestly, it's like another little desk area. The bed. And just the straight Parisian views. The weather has been amazing. But that is pretty much the setup right now. So, couch, nothing too crazy, but we've been making it work. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, feels good to be vlogging again, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, I'm gonna put a lot of focus on this channel. And I feel like there's no growth operators, it's just really just showing like what they do on a day-to-day. So yeah, I'm gonna take you guys along, really just document everything in public. And I really want this to just be like really genuine, really authentic, right? Actually giving you real insights. I'm not gonna just film myself living like a flashy lifestyle or anything like that. I'm not really about that. If that's what you like, you can go watch some of the other YouTubers out there. But if you actually want to see what it's like building an info product agency, growth operating, scaling real clients, then that's what you're going to get. I'm also someone who absolutely loves to travel. I like to surf. I like to live a really active lifestyle. and go out and have fun as well. So that's what you're gonna get on this channel. And yeah, we'll get into it. I've got some client calls that I'm gonna be showing the behind the scenes on.
I don't know. I think I'm a little bit not sure what your opinion is, Luke, on that. But especially people that say they don't know anything about Section 8. Right? We're here to kind of tell them what Section 8 is.
Exactly. No, I completely agree. And then also you can just like keep it broad as well, like in the sense of like, how long have you been looking into real estate investing, right? Because maybe they started like looking into wholesaling, or they started looking into house flipping, or they started looking into all these different, you know, and then you'd be like, oh, you heard about 3 years ago? Like, oh, I got started 3 years ago. Like I fell in love with Section 8. Like it's seriously the best, right? And then like, they're like, oh yeah, like obviously you're going to say that because you're Joseph and he's passionate about it. So like it sounds natural. And then what did you specifically like about Section 8? So like you're asking way too early. You're like, why didn't he approve of them? Yo, what is good, boys? So it is the next day, and I'm just gonna dive into quickly what I'm going to be getting into. So right now I am just cooking up a little video that I'm about to film for my other channel. After that, I'm gonna go get a haircut because I'm looking absolutely chopped. And then, yeah, wanted to kind of quickly show you guys what my calendar looks like on a day-to-day. It's kind of like what it looks like on a weekly basis, right? So this is kind of what we're working with. And yeah, so since I'm in Paris, most of my days don't really start, or in terms of like my meetings, they don't really start until like 3:30, as you can see. So typically what I do is I'll wake up, hit a little workout, 9 a.m. to 11, and then I'll get into some deep work blocks right here. Tuesday morning and Thursday morning I save for recording content, and then yeah, from there you can kind of see. From there you can see right here. So we'll have one client check-in call, and then 2 client check-in calls, one with Ashley, one with Joseph on Mondays. And then Thursdays we'll do a team meeting with the sales team for Ashley's team. We'll do a group call. So this is the community that I run, where we help people get into growth operating. We help them scale their clients. So we'll do group calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we do sales team for Joseph. So do sales team and group calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those look identical. Here you can see I met with one of our mentees on a one-on-one call, and then again I met with Jamie, another one of our mentees, on our one-on-one call. So today is a day where we've got our team meetings, sales team meetings, our ScaleWise media call. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go work from a co-working. I'm gonna meet up with my client Ash, and then another growth operator, Nicola. So that's gonna be dope. That's kind of what the schedule's looking like on a weekly basis, right? These are all pretty much recurring meetings. Yeah, and I'll record some of like kind of what my sales team calls look like, just so that you guys kind of get a look at that. And then yeah, I also kind of wanted to quickly let you guys know kind of more about what I do, right? So I specifically work with coaches, consultants, or content creators. Really what we do for them is we help them launch their own offer, and then we help them scale that, right? So typically we handle their entire marketing department, their sales department, and then their entire back end, right? Whether it's setting up automations, setting up different AI systems, different tracking systems, and things of that nature, right? So with this, typically what the offers look like is they are typically info products, right? So whether it's a course, whether it's a paid community, whether it's like a group coaching program, a one-on-one coaching program. So yeah, we've got 3 clients right now. We've got Ash. She's kind of like a BizOp agency space. So she has her own agency where she runs ads for fashion brands. And so I'm helping her scale that agency, but also helping her launch a course around how people can get started in that. And then we've got Joseph. He is a real estate investor, and he helps people get into Section 8. And then we've got one third client. He's in the AI agency space. And so we run monthly webinars for him. So we're not running one this week right now. That's why you saw on the calendar. I don't have a meeting with him this week. We're still deciding when the next webinar that we're going to run is going to be. And yeah, overall though, each client is in that 50 to 80K range on a monthly basis, right? And so we get 20 to 30% of each of those offers. It kind of varies within that range across the three. And yeah, I mean, our goal is to have all three of them doing 100K per month. So that would be 300K in revenue. We would get 20 to 30% of that. And then we've got our community as well, right? So our goal is to bring in about 5 people into our own program per month, right? It is really heavily one-on-one. I'll kind of quickly give you guys a quick sneak peek of what it looks like in here. Yeah, we got all the boys in the general chat. And then, I mean, in the wins, right? We've got guys just absolutely printing 2.5K PIF, another 2.5K PIF. Ryan got his third client, skeptical guy, but 40K revenue. This is where they signed their second client at 50% revenue share. Giannis was ripping a webinar and he booked 141 calls from the webinar itself, which was absolutely insane. He was like getting all the boys fired up, giving us updates every like 10 minutes. 50 calls, 50 sales calls. The boys are getting fired up. So that's kind of what that looks like. Then we've got the group calls I was kind of showing you. And then in here is like all the one-on-one chats with everyone. So everyone kind of asks us questions. We'll hop on one-on-one calls with them. We'll help them, one, close their creators and their clients. And then from there, we'll hop on the onboarding calls with them, with the creator. We'll come up with a game plan on exactly what needs to get done to really scale that creator and launch their offer. And then obviously we give them ongoing support and things of that nature. So that's something that I really, really enjoy, really like. Because I have my own clients. We're scaling them consistently. I've got 3 clients. I honestly think that's a really good number. It's consistent. There's not many ups and downs. We're just able to scale them consistently. And then we've got our own coaching program helping people get into growth operating as well. Obviously, since we have all these systems, SOPs, and everything of that nature just already documented in what we're doing for our own clients, we just basically give our own students those exact systems and SOPs so they can implement it themselves. So it's really, really sick. Everyone just drops a ton of sauce back and forth to each other in terms of like, you know, strategies they're implementing, right? Giannis is over here like ripping 140 booked calls from one webinar. We got Ryan, he closed like 3 clients in the span of like 2 weeks, right? So like, okay, he's sharing the sauce on like his exact outreach strategy that he did to actually achieve that. And it just, everyone just help each other. It's also pretty tight knit. We've only got, I think like 12 guys in here, which is perfect, right? We just want about 4 to 5 new guys coming every month, just so that we can give them a lot of time. It is really heavily one-on-one. And there's obviously community and group coaching aspects. So that's really the quick update on my week, what I've got going on in my business. I'll probably throw in some clips of some of those calls that I'm going to be taking a little bit later on. And then tomorrow, yeah, we're going to be linking up with my client Ash, which is going to be sick. We might run a little podcast. I think she wants some help from me filming a little bit of her content as well. So, yeah, let's fucking get it. Time to print, baby. Let's go.
All right, so I gotta be honest, I kind of fucked up. So as you can see in the last clip, I was traveling and I was supposed to, from Paris to the south of France. So I'm in the south of France now, a bit of a vibe, but I fucked up because I was supposed to meet up with my client and film a little podcast, and then I was gonna meet up with another growth operator. The growth operator canceled on me. And with my client, I did meet up with her, but I didn't film any of it. But there's a good reason for it. So we basically ended up having a really in-depth conversation where we pretty much realized that, you know, things are going well, but she basically wants me to be even more involved so that she can remove herself even further from the day-to-day operations in that sense, right? So with her, she's not just an info product owner, but she also has her own agency. And so with this, it's obviously a B2B service where you're selling to other businesses and they pay for your done for you services and they pay you monthly for them, right? So 3, 4, 5K retainers every single month. And when you actually have a business like this, it's an actual sellable asset, right? As opposed to an info product where you're just chasing down PIFs and you can't really sell this in that sense, right? Many educational companies can't sell. So the reason why I'm saying this is because her goal is to actually exit her company and sell it on in the next 3 to 4 years. And she basically wants my direct help, and she wants to make sure that the agreement that we have in place is aligned with this, right? And that everyone on the team is driving towards this. And so making sure that, you know, I would be compensated for, you know, potentially helping build and scale her out to a potential exit of what she has in mind. So I'm definitely not gonna reveal any more details than that. But obviously that's not something that I was going to film, right, in that sense. And so we did meet. It was the first time that I ever had actually met a client in person, which was super, super sick. Honestly, highly recommend if going out of your way and going to meet up with your clients in person. From my experience, it leads to really great conversations. And so, yeah, I'm posted here in the south of France. This is actually my dad's spot here in the south of France. And yeah, here for 2 days. And then tomorrow I am going to Lisbon. So Lisbon, Portugal, I've never been. The reason why I'm going is because I'm sick of the cold. I'm sick of winter. You can see here, it's all gray and stuff. And so and Paris was amazing, right? But I wasn't able to really practice my hobbies, right? I love to surf, I love to rock climb, I love to ski, and things of that nature. And it just wasn't really the most conducive to my lifestyle. When I wanted to go out and take some time off from work, I would either just hit a gym, which the gym was just like weightlifting, which is extremely boring, or just go out to dinner and drinks, which I love dinner and drinks, but it's kind of more of like an energy drain rather than something that actually gives me energy, if that makes sense. So that's why I like to either go spend time in the mountains or the ocean, things of that nature. And so that's the goal with going to Lisbon. I got a sick ass spot. It's 3 stories. I'll definitely be showing you guys in the next vlog. Lock in, do some work, spend some time in nature, discover new places. I mean, that's obviously the reason why we're building online businesses, right? Is so that we can explore new places, work from anywhere. And so that's the plan. So I'll be filming that. I know this vlog was not super entertaining, but I wanted to it's been a long time since we had caught up, and I've just kind of updated you guys on everything that's going on. And so that's really what this vlog was a lot more about. And in the next one, we're going to make sure to make it a lot sicker. So I appreciate you boys watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.